All right, good morning, everybody. So it's actually a nice day here in the Kaz area, hopefully where you are as well. So partly because of that, and also it's the last day that we're together, other than taking our test next week. I'm gonna walk up to the athletic center with you along, I guess, and log in a few more invasives and show you what a couple of these, the ones that we were talking about, look like out there in real life right now as well. And I think I can walk and talk at the same time. Whew. All right. Okay, my volume's still going to be okay if I just talk like a normal person out here? Yeah? Okay, good. All right, so you guys chime in if you, I'm going to try to explain a couple things about finishing up the course here. So we have our exam on Tuesday, and I think I might have told you all incorrectly. It's the time that's in the syllabus. Does anybody know offhand which time that is? Oh, actually, maybe I can tell you. I got it on my phone here. So the way we're going to work that is we'll have a Zoom meeting just like we did the last time. All right, here's the time. All right, 12:30. So next Tuesday at 12:30, we'll meet together on a Zoom meeting like this. I'll have species identification and basic characteristics questions for the what I think it's the 12 species that we will have covered, that you'll have taken a look at, and we also looked briefly at. Okay, so that section of it will only be, it's going to have to be less than 40 minutes because I'm not going to renew my subscription to Zoom, so it'll be limited to 40 minutes, but that'll be plenty of time for that. And then we'll have a not a take home, but a do it at home portion of it, a written part that'll be based on the worksheets. Okay, and actually, before I continue, I got to turn this way. Can you see over my shoulder? There's a pretty good example of a Norway spruce behind me. If I hold still, can you see that with meaning? It's kind of droopy. It's not a great example of one, but in other words, it's not as droopy as sometimes you see the foliage, but that's what you got right there. Okay, but I'm going to walk up here a little bit and I'll show you one over my shoulder again that is really easy to see at a distance. If it's a Norway spruce. Which way I got to go? Over the greenhouse. Can you see how that tree looks, the taller of the two there? How it looks kind of droopy, the twigs on the branches. All right, excellent. And then the tree to the, in my view, it's to the left of it. Oh, this is weird. As I'm looking at the screen, it's the left, but it's actually the right. Okay, well that's a white pine. I don't know if you can see well enough or not, but there's a color difference too. White pine usually is sort of got a little bit of yellowish green to it, but Norway spruce is usually sort of the deep classic plant green. If I turn, which way? There we go. That tree right there, that's a white pine. I don't know if you can, how well you can see it at this distance, but you can see individual branches, but white pine has much longer needles. It looks softer. If I get a little closer, I might be able to see it better. But it's, again, it's a little bit yellowish green compared to theirs, a Norway spruce again. Oh, there we go. Wait a minute. I don't know. Can you see that all right? You see a color difference? Okay. All right. So, ooh, here's another one. Here's a really good contrast here. So this is, what is this? Oh, this is Watts Hall. If I show you, here we go. All right, those two or three. Well, there's actually three there. You can't see one because it's right behind the other. These are concolor firs. See how they're kind of bluish green? Those are bluish green, and then that white pine there, you can see it's yellowish green. And those concolor firs only planted a couple years ago, obviously. So All right, so back to that exam. So on Tuesday, we're going to have that species ID component, right? Very similar in construct to that one we did there last week or the week before. Okay, so you'll cruise that pretty quickly if you've done the work. And it looks like the vast majority of the class is on track with that. Doing those species identification modules. All right, and then the second part that'll be I don't know, I probably won't have it in the form of question. I'll probably have it in the form of like a Word document, basically like a worksheet kind of thing for stuff that you'll finish up. I'll let you know on Tuesday how long I'll let you work on that. In other words, I'm gonna have that timed just so you're not agonizing forever. And also that'll be open note, that part of it, not the species ID part, but we want to have that get that over with. All right, so we'll do the species ID part, the Zoom meeting part. Like I said, it'll wrap that up in within 40 minutes, and then the other part, I'll give you a time limit depending on how long the question, how many questions are in it. Okay, let's see what else. I just set up a that chapter 4 worksheet. It's a short one, 2 pages, and put the PDF with that. The chapter 5 worksheet, that's just a single page. For whatever reason, the computer locked up when I was trying to upload the PDF. So when I get back, after you're done with class, I'll pull that up and get that put together. But gonna have those, get you to submit those. I think I got one set for chapter 4 Thursday by midnight, and then the other one Friday by noon. It's not gonna take you that long to get them done. So I'm gonna put a framework together so you get them done and be done with it all together. Shoot, I walked by one I wanted to show you. Okay, so we're gonna walk up here. With the IMAP invasives. So Jacqueline, you had, where's Jacqueline? Wherever you are, Jacqueline, is she here? She had successfully requested to get into the project. So for the rest of you who have not yet, so I think it might be just about everybody except for Jacqueline and Maddie, I need you to try and get on that, get request to become part of the project and the organization, Cass College. All right. And okay, so one up here at the Athletic Center. See if you can tell what this one is. All right, here we go. Okay. I think going the right way. What do we got here? Anybody? So I gotta. What you got, Taylor? Ooh,
I have no idea.
What can you? Oh, I'm gonna do it this way.
It's blurry on my screen. I don't know if anyone is on else's.
Oops. Now? No? It's a Japanese Barbary. Can you? Shoot, I thought this would work. Can you see the berries or not? What about, maybe it just will not work, period. What about, can you see any of the individual thorns on there? No? All right. Ah. Oh, they're sharp. Dang it. Okay, well, I thought this would be more interesting than sitting in the office. Okay, well, anyway, let me show you where I'm at. So, okay, so there's the athletic center, right? So I'm facing towards the main part of campus, back towards the gym. And this hedgerow, oops, I gotta step out this way. This hedgerow from like right to over my left shoulder is the entrance to the lower parking lot, and then there's this hedgerow there. Everything you see there, back to the taller stuff in there, that's all Japanese. Yeah, it's all Japanese barberry. And so with logging that into an IMAP Invasives, I'm going to show you one thing that slipped my mind. Well, it slipped my mind. I just didn't understand it. So I'm going to back up here. I got my IMAP Invasives on the phone, ready to go, just like everybody's already done a time or two. And I'm gonna, of course, there's no traffic here, so I don't need to pay as much attention. But so I'm gonna get a photo of this with the sign and it's a point of reference. Oh boy, it's too light out here. All right, can you see that? All right. Yeah. All right. So I got a sign, or a photo with a sign there in as a point of reference. So I'm going to hit use photo, and I got to hit Japanese Barbary, and then what? I want to show you the one thing I forgot about the other day. All right, so I got Japanese Barbary selected, species detected, GPS. I'm going to leave it the way it is, and we want to get everybody to the point where you can have the project selected and the institution selected. How many of you are at that point already? Like you already have that if you pull up on your phone. Once you go ahead and pull that app up on your phone. We did make progress on this last Thursday. So Jacqueline had got a request. Is she with us or not? I don't think I see. Who's that?
Dr. Yorks, was I accepted because I sent out the request to see if I'm in the organization, but it doesn't list that I'm able to be in the organization for the app.
I think your requests. Let me.
Yeah, it's the same for me. I'm only in the project, nothing for organization.
Nothing for organization. All right, I'll have to. Oh, can you go ahead and try and request that again?
I can try.
Yeah, give it a try. Jacqueline was able to do that. It was sometime after class. It was yesterday, the day before. We're all trying that. Or I'm filling the rest of my observation here for this barberry distribution. I'm listing as linearly scattered, parentheses long road trail. I'm gonna hit save. And while I see looks of concentration on your face, I'm going to move up to another spot here. I want to show you one or two other things.
I got the error again when I did it.
All right. Here's a spotting this Barbary hedgerow. It's got all kinds of berries. Can you see that or not? Can you see the berries? No. Huh. Okay. Kind of field testing our Zoom resolution. That's kind of disappointing because I really thought that would be pretty easy to see. All right. That's why you do the work. Okay. I want to show you up here. Okay. So, all right. I will send Mitchell another email and see if you can just get into your accounts and make you part of the college. It's not super critical, but I mean, and it's out of your control, out of my control, but that's the way the system's supposed to work, obviously. Okay. All right. Well, we'll keep doing the best we can. Okay, here's another. Actually, let me show you. If I show you, here's another. Did you do? Did you get to the Bishop's goutweed yet in those species ID modules? Not yet. All right. Well, here's. Yeah, this isn't going to mean anything to you because this whole up here in the sort of the not the upper parking lot, the section of the athletic park. I'm right across from the main gym. All right, so if I turn you around and look like over towards Sullivan Street, you can at least see where the grass ends and something else ends, maybe. The texture, at least, maybe. All that stuff back here, which you're not gonna be able to see the detail of, I guess, maybe. Unless grab a leaf of it, maybe. If I hold it up steady, can you sort of see? This is what that Bishop's goutweed looks like this time of year. It sort of, some of the leaves vaguely look like poison ivy. If I can be steady enough, maybe. You can see 3 leaves, right? All right. Poison ivy does not have that many small teeth. It's got relatively few coarse teeth. So that's one way to tell this apart from that. The stem is also, like if I kind of roll it in my fingers, the stem has a really distinct groove on the upper side. So it kind of rolls, not smoothly, but kind of in a jerky fashion if you roll it in your fingers. But so you got leaves that look like poison ivy, and then you got leaves that look like that. All right, and these are going to get maybe, well, this whole thing, as this matures, it'll get as big as my hand. And this stuff grows like crazy. I don't know. All that green you're seeing there, if you can't see the detail, that's all this bishop weed. So I'm going to take a photo of this. Add this in. I'll get 3 observations here in the phone. I want to show you what we're going to do with that stuff then. All right, so I got that photo. Use it. Let's see, hopefully it's under Bishop. There it is. Oh, Bishop's goutweed. Okay. It's easy to get to. All right, so I got that detected. Okay. All right, so there I got 2. So everybody's got in your phone, if you go into that, you're seeing this, right? Because you've done multiple observations, right? Your heads are all really small on the screen, so that's why I got to stop and hold it steady while I try to see if anybody's nodding their head. Okay, now one more here. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, well, here's a little field botany preview. By the time we get done with you, a couple weeks into the course, you'll be able to recognize if I just swivel around here just at this distance, if your eyesight's decent. Ugh, I don't make myself sick. you'd be able to recognize about 6 different evergreen trees just based on growth form at this distance. If I hold this really about as still as I can, man, I'm guessing this. See that? Can you recognize that tree over my right hand? Looks like the right hand side. Can you see that? That's Norway spruce. Droopy. And there's a row of them there, right next to the turf field there. And then if I go this way, you probably can't see this, but even like a quarter mile away, way across the turf field and up in the yard there. So that's, well, close to a quarter mile, I imagine. I can see a couple of Norway spruce, and my eyesight's not wonderful, and I don't have my glasses on. So, all right, now up here, oh, we got a couple of them here. All right, up here by the athletic center parking lot. Whoop! Shoot, what did I just do? Shoot, I didn't lose you. No. Okay, there you are. All right. Sorry, I thought maybe I closed the meeting. All right, if I hold this steady, can you see? All right, see this clump of stubs? Like stuff that's been cut off? That's all Japanese knotweed. This stuff right here, if I get my hand in here for scale, this thing right here, which with some effort I can break off a little bit more. Right, these are the bases of last year's stems of Japanese knotweed. So Stefan and company came through and knocked this stuff out of here probably sometime since the snow melted. All right, so this is all one clump of Japanese knotweed. Here's one of this year's stems. This is only as far as they are now. Some of you live in areas where I'll bet these might be a foot or more high at this point, but I don't know if I'm holding this steady enough and you get any kind of resolution. You see it's sort of maroon, got a couple of small leaves going there. And these are actually edible at this time of year. I would not eat them from right here because we got all kinds of dogs that come around, and I definitely wouldn't eat stuff like this unless you, I would not be comfortable eating it unless you cleaned it and or steamed or boiled it. But Sierra, talk to me. Am I showing you anything meaningful here? Sierra?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what?
I'm asking one person because you're also small. It's right at. I just can't see very well on my monitor.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I can kind of see it. It kind of just looks like...
Okay. All right. So there's shoots there. And the green stuff you're seeing there, the green stuff, there goes Mark the mechanic looking at me like I'm nuts, but that's all right. The green stuff there, that's all that Bishop's goutweed. And I don't know if I slowly kind of turn the camera up along the fence here. Everything that's green there is Bishop weed for the first, 6 feet. And then there's Japanese knotweed. All right, here we go. Here's some big chunks of it right here. It's right here. It's really juicy. Kind of slimy. Anyway, so that's what that Japanese knotweed looks like. And this stuff will grow really quick. If you put if we took a GoPro and set it up here, set it on time lapse all day, you would actually see detectable growth before the end of the workday. You could do that with lots of plants, but Japanese knotweed you can grow an inch or more a day. Okay, so we got that. Now, here's another one. I think we have garlic. Do we have garlic mustard on our list? Dang it. Huh. Okay, well, that's an oversight on my part, but that's okay. All right, this green stuff here, here's a good patch right here. Move over. All right. All right. Am I showing you vaguely heart-shaped leaves with rounded teeth? Sierra, you're going to be our spokesperson.
Yes.
All right, so this is garlic mustard. All right, and if I, let's see, if I turn it this way, you're still seeing it, right? All right, so what you got here is all these leaves. All right, but if I kind of spread them out, you see we got one central stem here. Can you see that?
Yes.
All right, so this, I'm going to pull this thing out. This is another invasive. And these are biennial. They grow for 2 years. So that's how we end up with why you have such a substantial root system, right? This did not, none of the annual plants have root systems this big at the beginning of the growing season. So this is last year's growth, plus what has come up in about the last 2 weeks here. But so you got this one central stem. This is going to keep growing up, and this might get, it can get 2-3 feet high. Pretty rare to get that tall. Gets that tall, usually like a foot, and then keeps growing from the top here. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but lots of little smaller and smaller leaves. That's because they're younger and younger, right? And it's called garlic mustard because, here, Sierra, smell that. Does it smell like garlic?
Just like it.
All right, good, Sierra, good. Quick thinking. Yeah, it smells like garlicky onion, a little more like leeks, if you know what those are, but than garlic. But that's what we've got. Quite a few places right along here. And if any of you don't have your, I know we had some, well, I didn't apparently make it clear about, what to, expectations for getting those 5 observations. But if you didn't get your 5 yet, if you want to look up some other photos of garlic mustard, it's really easy to recognize, and chances are good you've got that around you. All right, so I just took a picture, and I'm gonna go to that quick. Just get that plugged in. Garlic. Okay, there it is. Detected. All right. Okay, now. All right, so I've got, let's see, I gotta get some shade so I can show you here. All right, so I got a number of observations in the IMAP invasive app, like most you've already done. Now, the next thing we gotta do with it, oh wow. All right, so we've got something like that, right, with 5 or more in there, right? Now, the other thing that I did not understand that we needed to do yet is to, so all I've done so far is this is just in my phone, okay? So if you're still seeing this when you have the app open, it's just in your phone, all right? Then what we gotta do is right below the pencil to edit it, is we gotta select those. So basically, what's in place is a mechanism for us to be able to make sure that everything's right. Like, we don't want to make any more edits. But if I'm satisfied with those, and I am, these are really common invasives. It's not really, I got enough detail in there. I don't really need much more. So then I checked them off. Okay, so all I did was tap it with my thumb, check them off. I'll take a screenshot of that before I upload it. All right, and then I got to, oops, how do I upload those? And then I got to click on the upper left. Right, remember, so in the upper left, we got that drop down, right? So if I click on that upper left, we get that drop down, and then we're gonna upload selected. Okay, and that is what's going to take those records that we've edited, we're satisfied with them, we know they're complete in the way we want them, and we hit upload. Mine says not connected to Wi-Fi. Do you want to chew up some data? I say, yeah. I'm getting, are you sure you want to upload those? So there's a couple of filters in place, kind of like keep you from deleting files you don't really want to delete, right? So I'm going to say, okay, I want to upload that. Please wait, it's uploading. And when I did this with the first 5 I had, this actually does take a little bit of time. Like it's not as quick as, you know, I don't know, posting Instagram photos or lots of things where you're used to it only taking a second or two. But and when I uploaded my 5 this morning, the 5 that I collected last week, it probably took about 2 minutes to upload all 5 of those. So, you know, why that is, I don't know exactly for sure. We only have 1 photo in there, but must be, you know, something in there that's got the way that's getting added to the databases. So anyway, it's still doing that. Okay. All right. I'm going to walk up here. Yeah, I got the knotweed cleaned up good. Okay, I'll walk you down to the. Okay, so mine's done. It did those 3. So that, and then, oh, actually, I think my phone can handle this now. Boy, can you read that, Sierra?
Yeah.
All right, so it says if I want to see those records, visit IMAP 3 online. And this actually worked pretty quickly on my phone. Oh, shoot. Actually, it worked quickly on the phone, but let me see if I can share the screen on the. Oh boy. All right, Zoom is not wanting to let me show anything on my screen. Okay, well, all right. Anyway, remember that map, right? We saw IMAP invasives on your I gotta go over and say hi to Mark now. IMAP invasives. It's class time. When you go see that IMAP invasives map, the country. Yeah, exactly.
You been all right?
I've been all right.
Wish they'd have let me back here.
Huh?
I'm scared.
Here's Mark.
Huh?
That's my class.
Oh, you doing it? Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
They aren't thinking it's fantastic.
No?
I don't know. We're doing the best we can.
Great, that's great. Keep it going.
Yeah. See you, Mark. Okay, going down to the detention pond here. So anyway, that IMAP, the laptop or desktop version, the full-blown web browser version. You see that map, and it's got the I forget how many, the polygon blocks. And if you would go in there and see for our project, you'll see it's like a yellowish orange dot that is sized according to how many observations within the project fall within each of those areas. And that's actually working. So I could see it reflected the observations I loaded in this morning, and also the ones that Jacqueline had loaded in also. And so now I'm down at the detention ponds here. I thought there was some Phragmites up here, but There's not. It's just, good. That's surprising that there's no Phragmites here because this would be a good place for it to get to. But there is some Japanese, purple loosestrife. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to get you to see this, but if you use your imagination, about 4 feet off my left shoulder, if you can see a plant that does not look like cattail, that's the purple loosestrife. My guess is at most you might see it as some skinny stems there, but that's purple loosestrife. I can tell just the way it's growing and the way that the seed pods from last year there, and then over towards the tennis court. Yeah, over towards tennis court. There again, off my shoulder there. You're not gonna be able to see detail, but there's some purple loosestrife there as well. Just a couple of them there. You can see the water's actually fairly high. I'm not sure. Outflow pipe might be clogged to the point that it's not letting stuff out as quick as it usually does, but this collects water off the parking lot. Oh, here we go. All right, here's some purple loosestrife. Sun's that way. All right, well, maybe I'll be able to see this. Sun is so bright I can barely see my monitor myself, so I'm just doing my best here to try and show you. Sierra, can you see something that that doesn't look like cattail? Yeah or no?
Not really.
Not really. What about if I grab it, pull it over? Oh, how about if I hold it contrast? I mean, you can see that, but obviously not a tremendous amount of detail. But anyway, with a little bit of practice, purple loosestrife is pretty easy to recognize out there because we just don't have any other plant species that grow literally in standing water like that. And also, it has opposite leaves, and if your leaves are opposite, the twigs, so to speak, this is all stem, but they're going to be opposite as well. So you can see that, right? These two right across from each other, and this whole family, the loosestrife family, has that feature. So anyway, so there's some purple loosestrife there. Okay. Well, that is about what I wanted to share with you this morning. So I'm going to take a few more pictures here, put another set of 5 observations just because I'm up here. And so let's see. Stuff all over my keyboard here. Any questions about how we're operating the exam, the 2 parts? Everybody's got that? Okay. So we'll have that species ID part of it, do a Zoom meeting like this again, all right? And that'll be fast and furious, all multiple choice. And then some questions based on the worksheets, all right? I was going to show you a toad, but I think it's dead. But anyway, you've seen toads before. And then I got the chapter 4 worksheet. That's due. It's just a 2. Wait, go ahead. Chapter 4 worksheet due Thursday night, and chapter 5 I'll figure out what problem there was. I think it was just, I'll get that figured out Thursday late. All right. And I'll also set up I'll set up an assignment so that you can if you're not successful and aren't confident that you got into the project and be able to see those observations from that end, use some screenshots. I'll set up an assignment to load up those observations. Okay, so just do the best you can with those screenshots. Okay. Has anybody had any problems getting IMAP invasive to work, like in terms of just getting at least 5 observations recorded? Anybody? I'm seeing nope, no problems. Okay. All right. So in other words, I could go ahead and set that assignment and just get that done pretty quick. Would it be a problem for any of you to get those get the rest of your observations, get that loaded by say end like tomorrow at midnight? Tomorrow is Wednesday. All right, well, I'll do that then. Then we'll get that out of our hair. All right. Okay. Oh, there's one other thing I wanted to show you here. Not the dead toad, but the dead toad caught my eye. Do you see? Yeah. See what looks like dandelion here, Sierra?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So this is, anybody know what that is? It's called Coltsfoot. And it is, actually, look up in IMAP invasives. Act as if you were going to do an observation. Dang it, I hit too many buttons with my thumb trying to. See if that is considered an invasive. It's an exotic. It gets really abundant in places, but it usually doesn't. It's not good at It's not good at getting into areas that have a lot of shade. So it's not something. Yep, there it is. Okay, it is considered an invasive. It's on the list. It's called Coltsfoot, like a Maddie. What's a colt? Young male horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that right. All right, so it gets that name because here we go. Find a leaf. It's an early. Shoot, most of these are chewed up a bit. Here we go. Here's a good one. I don't know. You got to use your imagination a little bit. The broad shape. Broadly, it's sort of horseshoe shaped. All right. Right, Maddie? It looks just like a colt's foot. Yeah, good. All right. So it's easy to recognize. They're sort of, not sort of, they're fuzzy. I have no idea if you can see that very well. But if you see, it sort of looks whitish gray. That's actually they're called trichomes. The epidermal cells produce these things. So it's almost like a geranium leaf. And then the flowers themselves look like a dandelion. You see that, Sierra? But along the stem, if I stop being a smart aleck for a moment, along the stem, do you see how it's got these scale-like leaves as opposed to dandelion, which is just a smooth stem? Can you see that? All right. Yeah, so that's Coltsfoot. It's a dead giveaway. Nothing else looks like that. So if it looks like a dandelion flower, not as big typically. This is actually full size right there. Dandelions are usually about half again as big, but scale-like stems, right? Coltsfoot is found lots of different places. So that's, I don't know if you can vaguely see all the yellow right here, but it's spread throughout here. So, okay. All right. Well, that's all I wanted to hit today. Oh my gosh. All right. So, what else can you guys got any questions about anything with the course? I mean, we meet again on Tuesday, but that's going to be pretty much down to business with the exam.